Alright, I got tired of just doing each individual section because most of the video winds up just being me grinding. So instead, I decided to rush through the last 3 bosses and, beat the genocide run. Took me all of, I think, 4 hours total over the entire course of the run. 3 of those are in this raw video file. But yeah, now I'll be skipping to Undying. So see you in like 0 seconds. Alright, straight to the Monster Kid ambush. Or whatever this is. But I decided I'd show it just to, say something. But yeah. This is a essentially scripted cutscene. You can always run, but that, stops your genocide run. I'm pretty sure you don't want to do that at this point. Unless you want to do another hour of grinding in the first 2 areas. Just to get back to this point. But anyway, Undyne turns into her undying form, which somebody knows the stats too, but I do not. So instead, I'll just spam my book and do my best to keep up with these arrows. By the way, I did in fact skip some attempts for those with a perceptive eye. I performed a cut right as the text for the heroine? I think? I don't know. I forget how to say words sometimes. But anyway, yeah. This battle is rather difficult. Of course it is. There's like 2 fights that are any challenge, and they're meant to be the most difficult battles in the entire game that you can expect to run into. Who's a stronger enemy? I don't know them. I guess you can technically count the amalgamates since they can't be killed except for 1, but you have to have a very, very specific setup in order to kill it. After about 15 years of attacking Undyne, I'll killed her. And yes, I am voicing over this, so I have just as little to say as I did when playing. It's literally just me focusing. Actually, later on, when I get to Sans part, I wasn't really muted. So for a majority of that, the silence is legitimate silence. Just me not having a single word. I guess I should explain some of Undyne's attacks here. For those who somehow don't know how to fight this fish person. Including me. Because, of course, even after completing the genocide run, I still don't know how to block these arrows through the life of me. Arrows are very simple. The green mode is always simple, at least in the base game. You just simply match the direction of the blue arrows and you go the opposite of the yellow arrows. When you hear the sound cue, you block the arrow, see the arrow disappear. For the red mode, there is slightly more complex attacks, including these circling close-in spheres, which you just have to wait until they slow down a bit and close in, because then you can slip right past. You got the bullet hell one, which you just kind of have to move and pray you don't get hit. And then you, of course, got the spam arrows, which get faster as the attack goes on until it ends. You got this attack where you just need to keep an eye on where the arrows spawn and avoid those spots. Got this one. As the attack goes on, they get faster in order to make it harder to dodge them, but they always have one path open to you. So as long as you're paying attention, you can usually get out fine. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't have very much healing left, so I have to be very careful. Luckily, it does not require much effort to dodge most of these attacks after you get used to them the first time. Or after you get used to them. It's not going to be the first time you get used to them. Now, you can get extremely lucky like I am right now, where there's always a clear path of escape. Sometimes the patterns will be slightly more difficult than you'll have to think. If you do, it'll usually slow you down, and I get hit once or twice like I am. I have 2 more hits of this, but so long as I play well, I should make it out just fine. Last one, and it's an extremely simple one. You just don't make a mistake, and not leave out. Darn it, I made it through, but only 5 HP. Alright, that's the end of the Undying fight. Next, I'll be jumping straight to the obliteration of both Muppet and Metaton Neo, because neither of them actually puts up, like, any fight. So, yeah. Of course, I will be, giving Undyne her time in the spotlight. Let her finish out her little chatter. Straight to Muppet, who should have really left her nest, because that would have prevented the entire genocide route from happening, and we all know that's very much what needed to happen. So I'm not even too upset about her own demise. And then let's go ahead and hop straight over here. And chop up a robot real quick. Let him get his spiel off. Blah 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 blah. And then he transforms. Just to be cut down as soon as I get the chance. Guess you didn't think a pan would be that strong, did you now? Jumping straight through the Flowey sections. I only show this in like one other section before the Sans fight actually starts. Just so I can see the scared look of Flowey's face whenever I look back at this video. And I'll go ahead and save here, but I need to make some preparations. So I'll show you the deaths before I made the preparations, as well as like the couple I had after, before jumping straight to the victorious run. But no person can resist letting Sans do his long speech. You know, the usual spiel about asking me if I think I could be a better person, and I already did that. Definitely had more fun doing that, because, you know, you lose a whole bunch of the fun value when you go against the creator's wishes and destroy everything in the game. Who could have figured? But, it's not like getting this victory means nothing to me. This is gonna be the first time I ever actually beat the Undertale Genocide run. So, let's start with the death montage. Just let him, condemn me to hell. Starting here, then here, then here. And lastly, here. Yes, I died to literally 2 different attacks twice and then beat the game. They say the best thing come in pairs, including deaths. So, as usual, Sans' attacks aren't actually unscripted. They follow a particular pattern that, with a pool of healing attacks as well. You'll always have the same pattern if you attack on the same turn. I do feel like it's fairly simple what to do on certain attacks, like for this platform one, you just want to get as far as you can. On the third platform, make sure not to start jumping because, like, you know, bones incoming. And this one is actually harder because you don't want to go too far or bone above you. Luckily, the green platforms take you with them, so you don't have to constantly be moving with them in order to stay on top of them. You just figure out. Unfortunately, because I was trying to dodge the attack, I ended up flipping it and taking a lot of damage. Because in actual Undertale, the karma is insane. Unfortunately, I have no guilt, so just a few deaths ain't gonna stop me. Quite literally, apparently. If you're curious about the sudden jump, I had to step away for a moment, so there wasn't anything going on in the section I cut out. So instead I wait for the heal up, jump through the first bone, dodge the second, flip the third, dodge the third, dodge the second, jump to avoid the first. And then this is a monotone jump height, so as long as you can get into a rhythm, you can consistently dodge that attack at the very least. Just be careful and you'll make it through. Up high, middle, low, middle, low. That attack's done. Still got 62 health, which is good for me, considering I'm using the Cloudy Blast and Frying Pan. Frying Pan for extra heals and Cloudy Glasses, so I take less karma damage. Yes, this is reduced karma damage. I also optimized my heals because you're basically required to get optimized heals or else you will not be beating this fight your first run. Of course, cracked people can beat this without heals, but I am not a cracked person. Just gotta dodge the bone. Wait for the karma to finish, that way I don't waste the heal. Yeah, even if I know what amount of health I need to avoid wasting any part of the heal, I wait for the entire karma to fade away. I just feel more confident when I do. Like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not about to waste any of this heal. And also, I finally got to use the cheese for this attack. In most fan games, you end up getting trapped going to the left side, at least the ones I've played. So you end up hugging the far left wall and get slammed into it and just get obliterated. Now this attack, I have no idea how I'm meant to dodge. My brain doesn't comprehend this. I already forgot I fumbled the pie. I forgot I fumbled the pie. I shouldn't have left that in. I should have cut that out. Too late now, I'm not bothering with it. Currently in voiceover mode, could easily do it. Not going to. But, getting close to the last attack now. I believe this is the last slam attack before the final attack. No, second last attack before the special attack. Not special attack. Oh yeah, the special attack is nothing, so this is the second. I use the legendary just to fully heal. Manage a perfect no-hit heal attack here, despite a couple mess-ups. Spam through my last attacks, and start the attack. So choose to avoid anything here. Stuck at that, lose a good chunk of HP. Manage to weave the sand dance. Quickly fall behind, hitting multiple modes. Jump way too early. Manage to dodge these. And then it's just circle. Which, honestly, I am not used to in Undertale, it seems. I did that horribly all 3 of the times I did it. But luckily, you don't die in this slamming session. You know, despite the fact you absolutely should when you're getting slammed against the walls and floor and roof. But luckily, now it's just a waiting game, which I will speed up for you guys because I know this takes like several minutes. Alright, this is the sped up part. You can watch as he quickly gets exhausted. Bleh, bleh, and asleep and start pushing. Gotta line myself up for this. Gotta make it look just right. And there goes Sans. Sorry, Sans, I had to do it to you. I understand it is not the ending you would have preferred, but it's the ending you shall get. Although, I am annoyed that I didn't get the, no death Sans. Anyway, I'll just jump straight into the Asgore cutscene. You know, get it out of the way. Gotta wait for the thing first. There we go. Sans is dead. Now, this entire cutscene is pretty much automated. There's very little I can do to alter it, so I'll just let it play as I talk to you guys. If you've managed to enjoy this video so far, a like would be very much appreciated. It makes it to where the video actually gets around the algorithm. Subscribing also helps it. Obviously, leaving a good old comment allows me to know your thoughts and actually interact with the audience. Of course, there is always the option of just leaving at this point, which I wouldn't blame you for. If you've already watched so many of these, you know how the end goes. But I got a flower to murder. And I can't just leave you guys out of the flower murder. Sorry, Flowey. I need to murder you. You got in my way. You got in my way. Alright, then the ghost child starts to talk to me. Oh, jeez. Why, hello, me. What are you doing here? I didn't know I could see myself. You look quite a bit different from me. I'm speeding this up. This is taking too long. There we go. I sped it up by 1.5 times. So, hopefully this is less painful for you all. You know, it's still really bugging me. I think I need to reset this whole thing and do a Sans fight without dying. Or not, I don't know. I may just reset the world for the fun of it. You know, figure out that dog door by doing another true pacifist. Or I could do that after destroying it. I don't know, I guess I'll leave that up to whatever happens in the comments. If I destroy it, choose not to destroy it, or reset it without making a choice. Of course, I could just never pick up the game again, that's also an option, but I'll probably be picking up the game again, so I'll leave that choice to you. But let me go ahead and bring it up. 2 of your choices, at least. Give it a second, I gotta reload the entire game because I didn't have a separate window open. But yeah, you have the choice here. Whether I reset or not, and whether I choose to erase or not.